All right. So the idea behind this is to kind of give you an insight of why this shirt's selling, and hopefully you can create a shirt in your niche that is kind of in a way like has that same, idea, right? But not copying the design. And it's kind of hard to explain that because you actually that's why I'm creating this series. This is part 2, by the way. If you haven't seen part 1 will be up above in the card or in the description, okay, of this video. But I got that dog in me, and you're going to see the text right here, and you're seeing like the x-ray, vision of the rib cage. And then you have 3 dogs, pit bulls, okay, and dog in me on the bottom. The more text on the bottom, right? But the idea behind this is like if you do a Google search, okay, I got that dog in me. Do a Google search. We come over here, okay. No, so it's kind of like know your meme. I got that dog in me. I got that dog in him is a catchphrase meant to describe a person, which usually an athlete who's mentally tough, able to perform, and so mentally tough, right? So you get the idea, right? So if you come over here and think about it, like who's going to be wearing this type of shirt, right? I'm going to assume it's going to be a person that loves dogs and a person that has a mentally tough, competitive edge about them, okay? Now, with that being said, now we're thinking about other dogs, okay? Now, if you've seen something like this, like what other dogs can you do wear here? You got pit bulls, Great Danes, you got English bulldogs, you got, the list goes on. You could probably even do a poodle, chihuahua, whatever it is. You can even be funny with it, right? And I think it just, at the end of the day, when it comes to this, it's more about a person can be mentally tough, right? But then have a chihuahua, right? So it's like you're cross niching it, or it's just very passionate with that individual. And you're like, okay, I'm going to go after a person that loves a pit bull, but is a competitive person, right? So this is what this is doing. And I got that dog in me, okay? And which is really cool because it's like, wow, okay, so now you're like, and some people too, some people said that design's ugly. They messaged me on Instagram saying that design's ugly. Like, how do you know who's going to buy that? I'm like, well, I know who's going to buy it, right? And they're like, I wouldn't. And I'm just like, well, that's you. So everyone's going to be different when it comes to certain designs, right? It's crazy because over the years, like the simplest designs that are like text-based designs make sales. And then the ugliest designs will make sales. And I've went over this with a few different artists that I know personally. They're like, I have like my design's way better than theirs. And then they create this horrible design and it makes sales. At the end of the day, the market makes the decision on who's going to buy, if they like it or not, right? The market's gonna make that decision. If they like it, they're gonna buy it. Okay, and people are gonna keep buying it over and over and over and over, right? So it's cool. And then you can see all the different colors that they have it available on, right? The red looks cool. That olive green looks cool. The dark heather looks cool. All these colors right here, they look cool. Even the white looks good. Right? I like what they did right there. Okay. So just get the idea, and then I like the cool thing. Look at this, all the different sizes: 3X tall, 4X tall, all these additional sizes that they're, making available for us. Is creating opportunity for us Amazon merch sellers to make more sales, which I like to see. So it was uploaded last month. Well, it was made its first sale last month, July 10th. But then look it's cranking. It's making like 1 to 2 sales a day. Probably some days making 3 or 4 or 5 sales a day. All right, and let's go down right here. July 6th, 2023. So it took about 4 days to make its first sale. BSR right now is 141. And when I found this, it was probably making some sales, right? It was doing some sales, caught my attention. I was like, oh, this one seems to be ranking and it's cranking away. But yeah, no, the takeaways from this right here, it's like at the end of the day, if you put like a cool saying with a t-shirt and it makes sense to that individual and you can see someone like, wearing something like that, or if they can see themselves wearing something like that, it's going to work. Okay. And obviously you can tell by looking at the BSR chart that there's a demand for this and it's a consistent seller. Okay. And that's your goal as an Amazon merch seller or just a print on demand seller. It doesn't matter where you're selling this design at, right? You can sell it anywhere as long as it's, someone likes it and they can see that themselves wearing it, and obviously it's making a statement on their t-shirt, people are going to buy it, okay, at the end of the day. So if you guys enjoy this type of content, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up. And if you want more niche research, watch this video right here.